Okay. So we're going to wait for our thing to say it is live. It's not live. Let's go ahead and paste this into here. That didn't work out, did it? Okay, are we live? I don't even know if we are live or not, so why is that not? Just give me a second. YouTube, let's go to my channel, see if we are live. Okay, we are live, but it's not the right one it should be, but okay. Okay, are we live? Yep, we sound great on YouTube. Alright, hello guys. What's going? So my name is Ryan. We are going to be doing some scripting today. Yeah, we'll see where our, I guess the stream takes us to. To start off, I guess we could start off with some sort of basic stats. This is just basically to get some knowledge and for you to learn something, hopefully, while I create, basically, is the whole point of this. And I'm just going to fix the YouTube who's messed me up with this now. So hold on a second there, and I'll just get rid of the old thumbnail, and the new one will go up there now. And I'm gonna just put on the right things. Roblox. There's another one, and it will be scripting. Lua. Roblox, scripting, tutorial. What else is it? Roblox Studio, maybe as well. There we go. Just check everything's okay. It's not right. It is now. Scripting live. There we go. Roblox scripting live. Yep. Roblox scripting live. Scripting live. Yeah, that looks good to me. I'm going to save that. Okay, hopefully we should have that set up now. So that should be good. Changes saved, there we go. Check we've got everything good and all that. Now, I'm not the best scripter, but I've done some pretty impressive things in the learn something with me. So, without further ado, I guess we might as well get straight into this new series I'll be starting. So here we go. Just going to check that I'm actually doing good on the stream. Yep, I'm doing good on the stream. Okay, I'm going to share this as well, so get some it out there as well. I'm live. Can learn some code. Okay, so that is now out there, and if you do fancy supporting me, I have a link in the description where you can go ahead and donate to me. If you fancy helping me out and helping my videos out in the future, you can do through that link. I'm just going to also do something. I'm just going to set that up as well, because I've got something I haven't put on there yet I need to fix quickly. So don't mind me, just give me a second to get it set up and get everything all and copy donation link. There we go. Let's continue. Okay. Said mod stream ads by using YouTube community settings. Then I did it as a moderator. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. Copy donation link. Yep. Okay. Then go to YouTube as and add it as a moderator. Okay, we'll do that. So I am not properly set up, guys. I'm very sorry for that, but I am trying my best, and hopefully we'll get it sorted out. Donation alert. If I'm too loud, please go ahead and tell me, or if I'm too quiet, please tell me. I'll only get better if I know what's the problem is. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's fine. Let's just have that right at the center of the screen for people. I guess we can have that like that. Yep, that'll work. What's going on? What's that showing? That is not what I was. Okay, that's not what I was wanting to show. But it's definitely something interesting. Let me just go and do. I'm really not set up, guys. I'm so sorry. But please add this as a moderator. There we go. Save. Okay. Okay, continue. I've already got. Okay. Copy widget URL. That's the one I wanted. Aha. I did not want the other one. That's for sure. There we go. Okay, complete. Alright, we are good to go. Add your own branded hardware, your merch store, email change, you have changed your paper email, yep. Okay, we are now hopefully live again, so I've got everything set up now, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. We should be good to go. I'm just double checking we've got everything properly set up before we dive into this video. And yeah, I guess we can start straight away. So what we're going to do now is, I guess we can start off with some basic stats. So we're going to go to server script service, and we're going to go ahead and create ourselves a script inside of there. Now, if the colours are different or like it's hard to see, guys, just let me know and I'll change the colours of the background, and I'll modify it as we go. But yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to name this the script stats script. Okay, we're going to go ahead and first things first, we're going to get the player. So we're going to say game.players.player added connect, and then what we're going to do is go above it, bring this down, and then we're going to go ahead and create ourselves a function. It's a local function. Player stats. like that. Simple stuff. Okay. So now what we're going to do is just press it says game.players.player added semicolon, that's semicolon, yeah, connect, and then we're going to put in the function, so add player stats, just like that. So now we're going to put a parameter up here as player, so player. Okay, so now we've got the player. When the player joins the game, this is what that's going to happen. So we're also going to go ahead and add a game.players.player removing connect, and then we'll have a local function player left. Simple. And that would also have a parameter of player in there as well. And then we can just put in there player left. So now what we're going to do now is set up our variables and our things in just one second. We're going to go above these functions and we're going to say local function on character created, and I'm going to put in character in there. There we go. So inside of add player stats, we're just going to go ahead and do player dot character added connect, and then we're going to connect it on character added, on character created. There we go. Simple. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up a variable. So we'll bring these down to the bottom and we'll say local data store service equals game get service data store service. Okay, and now we're going to define our cash, or our currency for the game, which I'm not quite sure about. I'm just going to say if there's any like currency name generator, see if there's anything good out there. Come on, let it load. So here we go. We've got new order Raven, the golden penny. Oh, golden pennies. That's not a bad one. Poseidon presidential coins. That is a very good name. I'm going to use that. So we're going to use presidential coins. So I'm going to say local. And this is going to be a currency name. So local currency underscore name. Oops, that's not underscore name equals presidential coins. Simple as. And then I'm just going to put an underscore under there as presidential coins. Okay? So this is what it's going to be, and this is what it's going to look like. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm going to be doing some code, basically live, simple as you can see. So our currency name is going to be presidential coins, and I guess we can go ahead and start to I guess implement this further in. So what we're going to do now is simple enough, but we're going to the local, I guess we could say presidential coins, local presidential coins equals data store service, get data store, and then we can say coins service, coin store, coin store. There we go. So what we're going to say is when a player joins the game, so player added event, player left event, okay, there we go. And then these are going to be player left function, so player left function, player added function, and character added function. That's not a function, that would be an event. Character added event, and then character added function. So there we go. So what we're going to do now is when the player joins the game, we're going to check to see if they have a leader stats folder, but they won't actually have a leader stats folder when they join the game, so that's pointless. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say local ls folder equals instance.new folder. Okay, now we're going to, and that folder is going to be parented to the player, so we can just do is put a comma here and put player. So now we can say ls.folder.name equals leader stats, and then underneath that we can say local our currency name, so it would be local, so we can say so we do name that currency name, so local, I guess it would be currency equals instance.new, and then we're going to have this as a int value because we only want whole numbers. And we're going to parent that into the ls folder. So we're going to say currency.name equals currency name. Simple. So we're going to say currency dot value equals what did I name it? The upstairs thing here. Presidential coins. So presidential coins. And we're going to say get async async player dot user ID comma I'm going to say currency.name value. Sorry, currency.value. I'm going to say or 0. And then when the player leaves the game, what we're going to do is we're going to say presidential coins set ASY and C async player.user ID, comma, player.leader stats, and then go in brackets and we can just say currency name dot value, and then we can press F5. Now this will work for me, so I'll demonstrate that now. And I'll make sure that you have ticked on enable studio access, API access. As you can see there, we have presidential coins. I can make it a little bit bigger, so I will do that now. Just makes it a little bit more easier for us to see. So it says presidential coins. Okay. So if I was to go ahead and go into the server side and go into the player, go into my player, leader stats, and you can see I've got presidential coins. So if I was to go ahead and set this to 100, go back into the client, see it says 100, exit out, it should save. So if we go back on it and go back up, and it should say 100. Okay, it didn't. Why didn't it say 100? Why didn't it say 100? Get async player dot leader stats currency name dot value. Is that it? Has that worked? Have I done that correctly? Should be working. Stop. Play. See, please say 50. Yay, there we go. All because of a simple spelling mistake, but there we go, it says 50. So I am going to go ahead and go back through this now and go into more detail. So what we've done here, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so we can see. When a player joins the game, we're going to fire this function that's going to add player stats to the player. And we're also going to create the character added event. So that's just going to be used for later on if we need to get the character later on, we can do that. When the player leaves, it's going to fire this function here. And then what that's going to do is it's going to save our currency value to a data store, which we can then go ahead and manipulate later on in the game and pull variables and things into that store, and we should be able to basically make the game look nice. So we can go ahead and label this now and say creates a folder inside of the player named leader stats. I'm going to say creates a currency for the game and Creates a currency for the game and places it inside of the leader stats folder. Simple. I know it looks like a lot of code, guys, but it really is not that much code. This is quite a small amount of code. So, we've created our currency. Our currency for the game has been created. Now, I am going to be using websites for this, guys, and I am going to be using flaticon.com to get my icons. So, we're going to look up for currency, and see what comes up. And here we go, I'll show you this now so we can see. So we've got some nice like currency symbols coming up. If I type in president, how did I spell it in game? Presidential coins. If I just type this in here and see what comes up. Presidential coins. Okay, nothing comes up, but if I put a space, maybe it's presidential. And just try and put that in, see if presidential, see if that comes up with anything. Nope. How about president? Let's just go have a look at the icons and see what we get. So, what do I want as a... That light bulb's pretty good. That light bulb is pretty good. Should we have that as a currency? That is an interesting one. Should we have that as a currency? Yeah, I guess we will. Yeah, let's have this as a currency. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, can we change the colour of it as well? Oh, this is going to be awesome. So what I'm going to do now is we're also going to go ahead and just go into our projects folder. Tutorials live. I'm going to create a folder in here. And all I'm going to do in here is create a, I guess we'd say, art templates, icon art. Simple. So, we're going to have a plain, can we get a transparency one? Can we get a transparent one? How do we last selected colours? Pardon me. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, so if we would like, so I'm trying to work it out. So if we was to have, that and a yellow one. Okay, so I'm going to download this black one as a PNG, and we'll go for a 64 by 64. Okay, where's that saved it to? We know we want you to be inside of projects and tutorials live. There we go. And then we want you to be inside of icon art. There we go. Okay, so then if we get ourselves a pure yellow one, this is just going to save my effort a little bit more easier to do. So there we go. And there we go. And then we just have to change the name of it as well. So tutorials live, and that's what I needed to do. Bring up my other folder. There we go. We're just going to rename you to lamp 2. There we go. Okay. Alright, that will do. So, what we're going to do now is just press stop. And then just close out some of these folders. We don't need some of these folders. We're going to open up stuff, some GIMP. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and create ourselves a GUI. So we're going to go ahead and the first things first, we're going to say start a GUI. Insert a screen GUI. I'm going to name this presidential, so we'll just name it stats GUI. There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to go ahead, file open. And we're going to open ourselves we're going to go to desktop, games, Roblox, projects, testing live, icon art. We're going to open ourselves up a lamp. There we go. And I'm going to zoom myself into this as well if I can. Why is it so small? I don't know. So where's the zoom key? There we go. So if we zoom ourselves in, well, that's a bit too much. Let's zoom myself out. There we go. So with this black one, I think we're actually okay with the black one. I don't think we actually need to do anything with that. So I'm going to open up the yellow one, lamp 2, and we just need to do an outline of this. So okay, I don't need to zoom in that much. Why is it like doing this crazy zooming thing? Okay, so if we were to double click on these, can we if we duplicate the layer, I'm just trying to work this out. So if we were to duplicate the layer, just trying to work this out. So if we was to colors, image, okay, if we was to, it's hard to do. Hard to think of how we would do this, because I've not used GIMP before properly. Well, I've not used it in a long time, that's for sure. Edit. If we, how did we get the, how about if we used to do, how to make a border of, how to outline a image in GIMP. Okay, let's go and see if we got a tutorial on this quickly. I'm not 100% sure on how you do this. So we go to Effect. So where is it? What does it say? Where does it say to go? Choose. So it says here. Layers, make a 3D layer. So layer, where is it now? Filters. Wait. I found filters. Is that the same one as the one above here? Something about if filters. I'm new to GIMP. I am new to GIMP, so I'm gonna learn this as I go. So choose edge. Well, nothing comes up. Tools, selection tools, transform tools. How do I step 1, press Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. Okay, so we're going to duplicate the layer. Okay, that did not do what I was expecting it to do. Why is that not? Okay. Duplicate layer. Boom. Click blur, so select filter from the menu, click blur, select Gaussian blur, okay? So select filters, click blur, select Gaussian blur, okay? The goal is to decrease the amount of detail in the image, so only use pocket lines of your wireframe. So the value of 2.0 pixels. So what we're going to do now is, so we can see the actual outline of it there. There we go. Okay. Layer allows for destructive, so then we go into optional step 3, filter, click stylize to find the edges. Oh, click OK. So OK. So filter, click stylize. So we're going to press stylize. It says filter, click stylize, then select find edges. Where is stylize? Where is stylize? Edge detect, maybe that's probably what we want. Filters, let's find edges. Edge. Several methods of detecting edges. Edge. Okay, that's good. Click, so it says so then it says create a new fill or adjustment layer icon. Start in like half filled circle. Okay, so we want this to be the opposite of that, so if I up this, it does nothing. So we do none, what happens there? Okay, that's not really good, is it? Okay, if we just do whatever it had before, not clamp, maybe it was algorithm gradient, nope. Period difference, lance palace, so changing this does absolutely nothing. None. No, I don't think this is it, so cancel. Filters, edge detect, difference of Gaussian, maybe? Oh yeah, that looks like that looks more like it. Okay, yeah, there we go. I can see the kind of outline of it now. Okay, so it's the outline out there. So what happens me up in this? Does it do anything really much? Not really. Okay. This isn't really doing what I was hoping to do. So it says filter from the menu bar, click click stylize. So filters, and then it says stylize. So why is it not filter enhance? Let's just have a look at this. Let's try. Yeah, that's all right. Let's try. Tell you what we'll do. Let's try the edge, and let's try image gradient. Well, this is looking like it might be good. Maybe it's not. We just have to play around a little bit, I think, until we can get it to what I like it to be. Edge detect. So that's the wrong. It needs to be inverted. So that's not right. Image filters. If I just trying to work this out. Because all the settings aren't exactly where I was. Enhance, no, it's probably not it. It's got to be edge detect neon. Ooh, that might be it. That might be it actually. So if we was to do something like that, up the intensity a little bit. Press OK. Okay, so this is it. If we was to bring our layer on top, there we go. That's it. Okay, I've actually done it. So, edge detect neon. That's the one I want, and I just want to bring this down a little tiny bit, if I can. So if I press Control Z, okay. Filters, edge detect neon. Okay, and I just need to bring this until the insane intensity. There we go. Okay, bring the radius doesn't really do anything much, but something like that. And then bring this layer up. I mean, it has, but it doesn't look crisp to me. So it's like, is there a way filters enhance high pass? Oh, that's made it crisp. Wow. So we can like crispify it up a little tiny bit. There we go. So there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to select these both of these images here, and I'm just going to say, is it merge layers? Where is it? Shift. So if we do file now and we do file save as, I'll say export as. Save it as that PNG there. Replace. Export. We should have a really nice looking image in the folder. Let's have a look at this now. Thanks. Thanks for saying I'm cool. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and go to our games folder, Roblox folder and projects, tutorials live, and icon art, and that looks really good. That does look pretty good. So now we're going to go ahead and go into our images, and we're going to add assets. Go to desktop, and we're just going to add our images down here. So Roblox, projects, tutorials live, icon art. So we have two states now. We have state 1 and state 2. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and create ourselves a frame, or so an image label. And then this image label is going to be 64 by 64. Which is pretty small, but it's not like majorly small. And all we're going to do now is we're going to copy the... So we're going to press we're going to go ahead and image, we're going to go ahead and press lamp 1, and this is going to be our currency kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and create ourselves a script inside of here. It's going to be a local script inside of here which will allow us to modify the GUI. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get this here, we're going to copy this link here. So we're going to say local image exactly like that equals, and we're just going to paste this here, Roblox asset image, and then we're just going to put this like this. So we're going to say local image 1 equals, and we're just going to get rid of these. There we go. And then local image 2 equals, and then we're just going to go ahead and grab ourselves the image 2, which would probably just be the same as this but with a 2 after it. So there we go. So now every time the player's currency changes, we want to update this value. So what we're going to do now, it's quite simple, but what we're going to do now is we're going to do while true do, and we'll say local player equals game.players.local player. Wait 1, because we don't want to crash our computer. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to say we're going to go ahead and just put ourselves, also we're going to make it transparency, so it's just going to be showing the light bulb. Move this little thing out of the way, I don't really use that often. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and insert ourselves a text label, and we're just going to rename this one and call it currency I guess currency image, and then this text label, I don't know where the text label is actually. Here we go. We're going to set the transparency to 1. We're going to have this, I guess we could have it on the actual area itself. So just do this and scale it in, scale it upwards, scale it downwards so it's kind of in the center. There we go. We're going to put text to scaled, Change the font to Arial Bold, I like to do. Change the stroke to transparency to 0. Text stroke we're going to put to red. Yep. And then the colour we're going to go ahead and put as white. And that looks pretty cool. I'm going to move it a little tiny bit. And we're just going to put this, I guess we can put this like kind of next to it. Kind of. I guess that would do. There. Simple. So there we go. So now what we're going to do now is we're just going to name this currency text. We're going to go into our local script and we're going to go ahead and say local image label, because script.parent.image, so .currency image local text equals image label dot text, so currency text. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, while true do, we're going to say is trying to think. So we're going to say currency. So we're going to say text dot text equals player dot leader stats dot currency underscore. It's not currency, it's presidential, isn't it? So presidential coins. I'm just gonna copy this. Dot presidential coins dot value. And now what we're going to do now is we're going to go into replicated storage. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go into replicated storage and we're going to create ourselves a folder. And inside this folder, we're going to call this, call it game events. Game events. Simple as that. As simple as that. So we're going to go ahead and go back into our stats script. Now every time the value changes for the coins, we want it to play this animation where the light bulb lights up. So we're going to go ahead and say currency dot changed connect function. Simple. Now every time it changes, we want to create a remote event. I'm going to fire a piece of code that just basically says, hey, play the animation. So local remote, we're going to say play presidential coins, play presidential coins animation equals instance.new. We'll just do play coins animation for short. And we'll do remote event. Okay. So we're going to go ahead up here and we're going to say local replicated storage equals workspace, so game dot replicated storage. We'll say local game events equals replicated storage dot game events. Simple. So now what we're going to say is play coin animation. We're going to say dot parent equals, and then we're going to say game events. I'm going to say play coin animation fire client, and we're going to fire to the client, which would be the first thing, and the value we want to fire is fire client. So we're going to go back to our client now, and we're just going to go ahead and say we're going to say local replicated storage equals game.replicated storage, local game events equals replicated storage dot game events. So hello, welcome to the stream. We're currently creating an animation so that when players currency change, it will update and play this animation. Hopefully we should get it to work. I think we will be able to get it to work because my expert skills in scripting. So we're going to say local remote event equals game events, and we'll say wait for child, and then we're going to give ourselves a remote event name, which I'm going to go back to here, and we're going to say play coins animation dot name equals play coin animation. Simple. So what we're going to do now is just copy this here, go back to our local script and just press that basically. So now I'm going to say remote event dot on client event connect function. Okay, so on the first parameter would be the player who fired it, and then what we're going to do now is simple, is just say, trying to think. So I'm going to say if game, so we know that we're going to play the animation, so we're going to have a function up here, local function play animation. Okay, so we're going to say play animation. So what we're going to do now in this function is our second image is the light bulb, so so we're going to say image label dot image equals image dot image 2 with a capital I. Okay, and then what we're going to do is wait, I guess we could wait 0.3 seconds and then wait another 4 seconds maybe, so it lights up for a tiny bit and then comes back. Image label dot image equals image dot image 1. Adjust image in it. Oh, it's just a lower. Why have I done that? I don't know why I've done that. That's silly. Silly of me. Image 1. So now, if I'm right, if we have a script inside of here, and just say while true do wait, wait, I don't know, 20, or so no, 15 seconds, and then currency dot value equals currency dot value plus 1. We should see that we get an animation. We should hopefully get an animation. So there's our that's something I haven't done properly, but okay. It said wait for child. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I've got to do something. It's all right. Mistakes are what makes life great. Because it makes you better prepared for things. So, wait for child. We're just going to say, instead of wait for child, we're going to say, just going to say dot play point animation. Okay, and it says it's not a valid member of the folder. That's fine. So what we're going to do now. So that's what I've done wrong. We're going to say remote event I'm going to say find first child. Okay. Okay. Why is that done that? Global game event. That's because there's an SNP at the end. Remote event, attempt to look at remote event and nil value. That's, yeah, because... Okay. So then why is that not registering that? We could also, I suppose we could always keep it in the loop, I suppose. If we was to do this, remote event, if we used to do game events, find, so wait for child, play GUI animation, dot on client event, there we go. So there we go. So if we was to wait 15 seconds, that should, if we check in replicated storage, we should get a remote event in there in 15 seconds, and it says argument or missing of nil. That's fine. All we're going to do is well, it's a script, and all we're going to do now is pass the player who fired it. That should fix that issue. So now I'm just going to wait a few seconds, and then hopefully we should see this go yellow. Yay, that actually worked. Okay, so that is good. So the next thing we want to do though is just keep it, we need to just keep this inside of a loop. So we're going to do this. And give me a second to just organise that. And then also what we're going to do now is just add a dot dot and then put coins space and then leave. There we go. So now if I go into full screen so you guys can see, we should have it say coins, which you can see it there, it's just not fully scaled properly. Why has it done that? Don't know why it's done that. And then every time it updates the value, it should just flash yellow. So a little bit too long on the coins, I think. Maybe 3.5 seconds would be good. So maybe it's like 3.3 seconds. So we also need to just bring these on screen, on screen, sorry, because they are slightly off screen. We also just need to widen this out a little bit so it gives it a little bit more of an even like look. So there we go. Coins. I don't like it being like that far. Let's just try and like make it a little bit smaller. That should be good, I think. I think that should be good. There we go. So now we have made ourselves a nice flashing little like lamp, I guess you could say. Every time our coins update, it flashes yellow. So that's pretty awesome, I think. So the next thing I want to do is just want to center this properly. I haven't centered that properly. There we go. It'll annoy me. So if we go into a bit of a full screen now, it should look pretty awesome. Okay. Again, that's just something to do with the scaling, so that's not really my fault. If we were to go ahead and try this online, it should be fine actually, so I'm just going to go do that now. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on there. Am I still live or what? Okay, we lost connection for some reason there, but I think we're back up. I think we're back up, I'm not 100% sure. Hello? Hello? Are we back up? I don't know. Hello? Hello? Are we live? A second. Are we live? I don't know what's happening, guys. I'm sorry. I really don't know what's happening. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're back. I don't know what happened there, but we're back. So, what we're going to do now is, I said I was going to try it online so we can see it from an online perspective and see how it looks like on the online perspective. So, you should be able to see this now, guys. I don't know what happened there. We lost connection for some reason, but we're back. We're back and we're fine. So I'm gonna press play. So, when we load into the game, this is what should happen. So, is this the... Oh, I haven't published it yet. That would help. That would help. It would help if we had a up-to-date version. File. Publish to Roblox. There we go. And then we're going to just go ahead and rejoin our game. There we go. So there we go. So we can see it's still off the screen online. So that's going to affect our like game. So we need to go ahead and just move it on screen. What is this set to? Because this is set wrong. No, it's set correctly, so what if we just need to bring this guy like in a little bit more. So maybe having him like that might actually be okay. Why is it stopped working, man? Come on. Come on, man. Come on. What's going on, man? There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, instead of it have saying coins here, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go player dot leader stats dot presidential. I'm just going to copy this line here again. And then I'm just going to get rid of this and put it into a parentheses. Presidential coins. And let's see how that looks. I guess. Come on, work for me. Work for me. President, that's way too small. Way too small, man. So So I'm just going to go to the text here, and as a kind of demonstration, I'm just going to place it in here. That is way too small for me. I want it at least visible. There we go, that's kind of like the size I want it, but minimize that now. How about having it next to it that does like that? That's not bad. Presidential coins. How about that? Does that look okay to me? We need, yeah, it does look good actually. It doesn't look bad, that's for sure. We just need a space in between there. So I'm going to add that in now. Space. And then there we go. So now it says presidential coins. I like that. I do like that. And then after 15 seconds it should play the animation. There we go. And we've got a coin added. So I'm going to file and publish to Roblox. I'm going to go ahead and load into that world now, and we should see it in a bigger scale now. This is going to be awesome. So there we go, presidential coins. And then it should just flash yellow when the coins update. Boom. So we've got 56 coins. So it's going to flash and then it should update the coins to 57. There we go. Although it did have it is a bit slow, so we're gonna try and fix that. And I've just opened another darn Roblox accidentally. Didn't mean to do that. Close. Okay, so why is that going so slow? So waiting one, because what it's doing is it's doing this. I gotcha. So we need to do is just copy this and then paste this outside of the while true loop, and then press F5. That should be accurate and should go with that now. So after 15 seconds it should update. But why didn't it play the animation? Sorry about this, guys. 1 second. Oh, we also need to delete the so delete it as well. So game events dot find first child named players coins animation. That might be a factor into it. Destroy. And press F5 to play and see if this has fixed the issue. And let me just bring this into the loop again. Let's see if that's fixed the actual issue. So now if we go into replicated storage, we should get it to see. There we go. So we've got 58 coins, and then if it wait 15 seconds now, we should get it to say 59, and it should flash the coins. There we go. Okay, there we go. And then it deletes the remote event straight afterwards. So in order to stop it getting this error now, all we're going to do now is go ahead and put a pcall function around this. Pcall function. All this is going to do is stop it from erroring. It's hard to say, but yeah. Erroring. Erroring. There we go. So now every 15 seconds, okay, it's not an error, but if it does happen to error, it should stop it from breaking the entire script. So there we go. And we'll wait a little bit longer. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is just going to get it to save our coins every time it updates. So go back into stats script now, and we're just going to remove this currency here, and then every time it changes, so wherever I put the change, there we go, we're just going to get it to save. So what we can say now is we can actually go up to the top here, and if we do a local function save all stats, what we can do now is just copy our code down here, press Ctrl C, and then press end here, and then all we can do now is put save all stats and pass the player. So now we can go up to our save all stats, and then we can just paste this here and make sure to put player in here, player. So now what we can do is come down to our currency changed, and we can all simply just do is this. We can just put save all stats and pass player, and then all we can do now is just go here and put comment it. So say currency change function save all player stats function. And there we go. So now if it were to update, which I will show you this now, so we see we have 61 here. If it were to update, so there we go, players, me, and then leader stats, and change it to, and I'll say 100. Change back. It should now save it. Now in order to stop this erroring, because sometimes it can save it several times, which we don't want it to happen, is we're just going to go back up to our save stats and put this inside of a pcall function. Simple. And we're going to test and play, and that should do that. So publish, so the file publish to Roblox. Now the last thing I want to do is create a spawning area. and this is just going to be a little spawning area for players to spawn on. So we're going to get a pad. So I'm going to say part. A new part, and we're just going to go ahead and I guess we can scale it downwards so it's thin. We're going to anchor it. We're going to make it a nice little like section. We're going to concrete it, and then I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it like a nice light, like turquoise blue or pastel blue. I'm going to group this guy. I'm going to rename him and call him. Rename and call him spawn area. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to insert a folder. And you don't want me to do that. Insert a folder. I'm going to rename this folder and call it spawn area pads. So now what we're going to do is insert ourselves a part into there. And then we're just going to, it doesn't matter the name of this part, we don't need to name it at all. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to call it spawn pos for short. Spawn position. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to move this guy into the place where we want the players to spawn. So we're going to line it up with this pad. We're going to move it, and we're going to move up in the air. Simple. Turn can collide off. Make sure anchored is on. Cast shadow off. And then what we're going to do now is we're just going to simply press, get it into a place we like it. We're going to press Control D, move it. Control D, move it. Control D, move it. Control D, and move it again. Last one. There we go. And then we're just going to select all of them and kind of make sure that they're all like kind of even. Oops, I didn't select all of them. There we go. It's about even, I'd say. Maybe a little bit more this way. Yeah, about even, I would say. A little bit more this way. There we go. And now all we're going to do now is duplicate these guys and move them further along. And then keep going so. And last one's there. And we can just, I can see that I've actually just done them a little tiny bit too far forward in this one, so we're just going to move them back. And there we go. So all we're going to do now is grab all these objects, turn transparency to 1, make sure can collide is set to false, and then we're going to insert ourselves a script into here. And this is a very simple script that's going to enable us to, actually no, we don't need a script in there. We'll go to our stat script, and where it says on character created, we're going to put a weight 1, and we'll say if character, then we're going to say we're also going to say local spawn area equals workspace dot spawn area. Okay, and then we're going to say local spawn pads folder equals spawn area dot spawn pads area pads. Local random spawn equals spawn pads folder brackets math dot random 1 comma hashtag spawn pads folder. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hello, welcome to the stream. This is just kind of learn with me as I code. So we're going to go to the character dot humanoid root part C frame equals C frame dot new, and make sure you've not got a spelling mistake here, and then we're going to say random spawn dot position. So now when the player joins the game, they should be teleported to one of those spots, and it says leader stats is not a valid number of players. Why is that not a valid number of players? What's going on here? Attempt to do. Hashtag spawn pads via folder. Spawn pads folder, which was that one. Yep. Why is that? So then that should be doing the so then spawn pads folder. So leader stats is not a valid member of player. Why is that? I don't see why that's an issue. I'll try it again. So leader stats is not a valid member of player. Why is that not an valid member of player? I've not changed anything in terms of leader stats. Let's see here. So we're getting the spawn area. I mean, we don't necessarily need this variable here. We can just do spawn area. We can just say, oh, I know what we're doing wrong. I think. No, that's not right. No. Spawn area. So let me just try one thing. Spawn area. So we need to do workspace dot spawn area pads at get children. That's what I'm supposed to do. And there we go. As you can see, we got teleported to the pad, and it is random. So if we were to now reset our character, we would get teleported to the pad. And there we go. And there is how to create a random teleport pad. Just going to make sure I've anchored this part. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be our area. So we can actually delete our base plate for now. We don't need this for now. We're going to be working on that in the future. So we can just go ahead and grab our model here and test and play. So there we go. And then if we were to do is just add a weight to so we've added this weight here. If we just make that a little bit shorter, it should be fine. We should then have it teleport us faster. There we go. So every time it updates, we get this. So if we go ahead and run a command and we have to do game dot players dot FLNUC dot leader stats dot presidential coins dot value equals this. And then we go to +1. We should get it to update the... Why is that not a actual command? Why is that not... Game.players, delete a stat stop, presidential, so game, or is this a local thing? Yeah, that'll be a local thing. So every time it updates on the server side, we should get our presidential, and then what we're going to do is just change the value to 5, go back, coins, and there we go, it changes to 5. There we go. Now what I want to do is I want to just have some things like spam the screen. Well, not spam, I just want how that I've seen games where they have like little things pop up that tells you how much coins you get. So I do want to do that. So I'm going to leave it here today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you do want to see another video like this, and if you do want to see another live stream like this, if you're watching after this stream, thank you for watching. My name's Ryan. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video I do. Peace. Remember to like, comment and subscribe.